Tatis, Acuna, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. All 22 or 23 years old and doing some insane stuff in baseball right now. These kids are studs. But today, it's time to end the debate. Which one of these young studs is the best? Before we get into it, guys, please make sure to like and subscribe if you're new to this channel and you enjoy baseball content. Our bird gets very upset. Alright guys, here are our contestants, and we've broken this down by categories. 6 of them. Contact, power, defense, consistency, base running, and baseball swag. These 6 categories are what we are going to be using to determine who is truthfully the best among these 3 guys. Let's start with Acuna. Acuna is 23 years old, and he is the definition of a 5-tool player. Signed back in 2014 to the Braves, Acuna took a couple of years, worked his way through the systems, and then made his debut in 2018. He collected his first hit in his debut, and he never looked back, because then in his next game, he destroyed a home run for 416 feet. That's insanity. He finished his first rookie campaign with 78 runs, 26 home runs, 16 stolen bags, 64 RBIs, and an amazing slash. That was good enough to win him Rookie of the Year almost unanimously over guys like Soto, like Buehler. These are quality dudes. And let me tell you, it didn't stop, because his next season, look at these production numbers. 101 RBIs, 37 stolen bases. This guy can run. He has the base running ability. He is elite. And this is what he's doing this year. Look at that godlike baseball savant page and take a look at the numbers. 284 average, 390 on base, 611 slugging. He's got 17 home runs, 11 stolen bases. So he's crazy right now. Defensively, he's okay. You know, he's not elite, but he does get the job done. And from a baseball swag standpoint, his whole mentality is baseball swag. Let's take a look at Vlad now. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a really interesting one because he was heralded as one of the best prospects ever. That's because 1, he was great, and 2, his dad was legendary. Hall of Famer Vladimir Guerrero played on Montreal. So when Vlad came into the league, his first 2 seasons were a bit of a letdown. I mean, as you can see, they're good, but they're not what everybody hoped for. We wanted a bit more. So then, in this offseason, Vlad went a little nuts. He dropped 42 pounds, he went to the gym, he put the work in, and look at what has come of him since. 44 runs, 47 RBIs, an insane slash. He leads the league in OPS right now, 18 home runs too, and that's league leading. And it is no fluke. When you look at these expected numbers, everything is in that top tier, just like Acuna. Defensively, when he moved over to first, when he dropped the weight, he's looked way more comfortable, so much better. And on a baseball swag side of things, he lives in the coolest city, plays for the coolest team, and he also has the coolest podcast regularly talking about him. So, I mean, that's a thing. Tatis has the smallest sample size out of these 3, only having 709 at-bats up until this point, but he has made every single one count. He currently boasts a slash of 300, 375 on base, and a 606 slugging. That's good for 983 OPS. He has 40 stolen bags in that time as well, 13 coming on this year, so he's no stranger to base running. In fact, this year, he's having one of his best years, just winning Player of the Month of May. And so far, the numbers are insane. Look at that slash, look at the RBIs, look at the home runs, look at the stolen bags, everything is elite. From a baseball swag standpoint, Tatis is on the cover of the show. That's a bit of a flex. And I'm sure we all remember last year when he hit that home run on the 3-0 count and baseball lost its mind. Another swag-like thing to do. Defensively, Tatis has certainly had his woes. However, when you slug the way he slugs, it truthfully makes up for it. Okay guys, it's time to get down to brass tacks. Who is really the best out of these 3? So let's look at contact, guys. This one was so hard because they're all such good contact bats. but I'm gonna give the edge to Vladdy here. Vladdy was always heralded as a contact hitter, and now he's truly found it. He's hitting 330 plus, and I really believe that that level of contact is gonna continue for time. On the power side of things, I was actually thinking about Vlad as well, because we all remember that insane home run derby. He's currently leading the league in home runs. However, I cannot ignore Tatis's career slugging of 606. It feels like this guy is just an extra base monster machine. So Tatis, you win the power category. On the defensive side of things, I'm actually gonna rule out Tatis immediately. Just a little bit too many errors, so it's between Acuna and between Vlad. And I'm gonna go Vlad again on this one. Ever since he moved over to first base, he's really looked like a defensive rock. And since he dropped that weight, he's just so much more confident with his glove. I really believe that what he's found defensively this season is what we're gonna get from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. moving forward. So currently, the score sits 2 categories Vlad, 1 category Tatis, and none for Acuna, but this is where he can get on the board. Consistency is key, and Acuna has been consistently elite. He's been doing it for almost twice as long as Tatis, and Vlad has only become elite this season. So Acuna, I will trust that you are going to be dominant for years to come. Therefore, you win the consistency category. Now for base running, I think it's fair that we can rule out Vlad, but for Tatis and Acuna, this one was really, really tight, guys. I am gonna give the edge to Acuna. I feel like he has the capability to go for 50 bags, like to actually steal 50 bases in one season. Potentially Tatis can do that too. I guess I just need to see it a little bit longer, but for right now, I'm going Acuna. And for our last category, baseball swag, probably the one that means the least, but I think it's pretty cool. I wanted so badly to give this to Vlad because he lives in Toronto. We talk about him all the time, but I do have to go Tatis here. You can't be on the cover of MLB The Show and not have the most baseball swag. So Tatis, you win that, which means, guys, that it is 2-2-2. And this one's gonna finish a tie. I know, we all wanted a definitive answer as to who's the best, but I truly believe that based on the categories that we chose, that is the right answer. I also think that it's very fair to say that every single one of these guys is a monster, and I don't know if we can decide the right answer yet. I'm just happy that we get to watch these kids go crazy. But let me know what you think in the comments down below as to who is the best, and thank you so much for watching.